What's up guys, YST here and welcome back to another Raid Shadow Legends video. Hope everyone's having an amazing day. Today we're going to be speaking about a new guaranteed champion up for grabs to coincide with this weekend's 10x event. I will of course break down those champions as well. And at the moment I'm just doing this dragon turn attack, trying to get some Prism Shards, hopefully to get Lady Kimmy. For anybody that joined me on my previous stream over CBC, I managed to get 2, we all got 1 for free, right? And then I got 1 from the spiders as well, the turn attack. And I got an epic champion in Melga Steel Girdle from the dwarfs. And then I got a rare champion. I can't even remember who it was, doesn't matter. But you guys let me know, which kind of champions did you manage to get from your free Prism Shard, or any of the ones you managed to acquire from this event or the spiders as well. Hopefully they bring out more, right? You know, get some more dopamine, some more champions. But I've just implemented Newt into this comp, right? Having a lot of fun with it. And he's putting in the work. Look at this. This is stage 10. And he's absolutely annihilating this boss. So we did it in 36 turns. And this is basically the team that I'll be running to finish it off, right? Just to get the Prism Shard. I'm not going to try for the top reward again, because I got absolutely melted in my spider attack. Like, before we even get into the guaranteeds, right? I need to show you this. So spiders, I thought, yo, I got quite a lot of points here. I got 19,000, as you see here. I thought that was pretty substantial. I probably would have pushed around 30,000 if I was close. But the top person, 158,000. Hopefully you guys can catch that. That's astronomical numbers. Like, I could never compete. I could have probably maybe pushed to this 30k or so and competed with Ollie to get that Prism Shard, but it is what it is. Like, after that Newt Fusion, I am dry. We've also got this champion training event, which has another Prism Shard at 8,100. But basically, the final reward is going to be the Newt Fire Knight skin, which I'm a huge fan of. I think is actually my favorite skin that's come out in the game, and I would love to get my hands on it. But limiting it to 1 player in, how many people is in this one? Sometimes they do like 100, right? Is it more than that? Is it 200? Okay, so it's out of 100. So 1 in 100 people are going to get that, and I'm not sure if I'm going to go back and forth to get a skin. Like, the only one I managed to win before was the Scarlet Masquerade from the KO, which is pretty cool, but that's a rare champion, right? I really wish there was some sort of special event where everybody can get it, but just by completing certain milestones in special events or something. But that's just the way they wanted to do it, right? And then obviously Dragon Turn Attack is on at 6350. And I'm pretty sure a bunch of people are going to be pushing this, including myself. But I'm only going to get up to here. There is an Epic Tome and an Ancient Shard. I'll get to 6350, kind of see what's happening, and then if I can push it and it's easy to do, then I'll do it. Alright, let's get into this guaranteed champions, guys. Let's do it. So basically, starting tomorrow, of course, Friday up until Sunday to coincide with the 10x event, so it'll be going simultaneously. There's going to be a 10x chance to get... Actually, we'll start with the guaranteed. So the guaranteed is going to be a Skinwalker going by the name of Akemtum, who, as you see here, I don't have. And there's a funny story going on with this one, alright? So before I tell you how much it's going to be, if I just bring up hellhades.com, these are the past guaranteed events and the thresholds that we needed. So in terms of Voids Epics only, we had Godseeker and Neri at 25 Voids, Demifra at 25 as well. Both phenomenal champions. And then if we look here, in 2023, guys, before that, so in terms of Void Epics only, away from these two, it was Akemtum again. Like, we literally having almost, well, not back-to-back, but you know what I mean. Like, very close time frames of guaranteed Akemtums. But what's interesting here is 40 Void Shards, right? And this guaranteed event is going to be going for 30 Void Shards. So for anybody that spent 40 on this champion, it's going to be like, first of all, what's going on here? It's now 10 Voids cheaper. And secondly, I feel like they should have spiced it up a little bit. Maybe put a man-eater in there for people's clan boss teams or whatever that may be. Like, that's not to say that Akemtum's not a phenomenal champion. I just felt like it was very weird to put them in such quick time frames. Like, Akemtum, Demifra, Godseeker, and then it'll be Akemtum. I don't know. You guys let me know your thoughts on that. But briefly speaking about the champion, I don't have a lot of experience of him, but I know the true value he does bring to players' accounts. It all comes to fruition with Immortal Malison, because it attacks all enemies 3 times, and each hit has a 80% chance, right? 75% chance of increasing the duration of any hex debuffs on enemies by 1 turn. Now, because it's based on each hit, it's probably always going to happen, right? And if enemies are not under hex debuff, each hit has a same chance of placing a Hex debuff for 2 turns. So really cool Hex champion, going to be useful for the hard mode of the Spider. Think about just waves in general, or the Hydra boss for progression. Could definitely have some universal value for players. On the Hex, Blood has a 100% chance of inflicting damage from 1 poison debuff to enemies under Hex whenever their allies receive damage from poisons. And I've seen some amazing Spider hard teams where you manipulate poisons to your advantage with the Hex, and then boom, the boss is literally down in the matter of no time. So really cool synergies. And the Noxious Claw attacks 1 enemy 3 times, great for Giant Slayer procs. And each hit has a great chance of placing a poison debuff. And if the target is under a Hex, also has a 50% chance of applying a debuff spread effect, taking a random debuff from the target and placing it on all enemies. With a speed in all battles by 18% as well. Now, when you speak about like top of the top caliber champions in Raid, especially for PvE, look no further than Akemtum. Like, no matter the cost, like just for players that manage to summon him without guarantees or whatever that may be, Akemtum is a top of the range champion, hands down. And I would love to get my hands on him one day. I just don't have 30 voids at the moment. Am I going to splash a bunch of cash trying to get Akemtum? Not me personally, but many players out there might really value him for their players' levels of accounts, right? But let me know, guys. 30 Void Shards in comparison to the 40. It's obviously better value than it was before. But back-to-backs, maybe a bunch of you guys already got Akemtum, right? And you don't need another one, so... Is my game out of frame? It's not. Oh, there we go. I seen one comment last time saying, YST, you do know that your game is out of frame. I'm like, sorry. My bad. Didn't mean to. But yeah, let me know, guys, if you're going to be going for Akemtum. Now, to coincide with these, there's going to be some 10x champions, of course. And I just want to briefly say something. Like, I didn't really speak much about Prism Shards in a dedicated video. Now, the summoning pool has come into the game, and I've seen a bunch of people getting legendary, some really cool epics. The odds are definitely a lot better than they are from traditional shards, even on like 2x events. So, pretty decent odds here. And as long as you're going for like milestone rewards, like for the top of the spider attack or the top of the dragon attack, and you're not actually spending money, I just look at it as an extra resource to potentially get a new champion for your rosters. And there's definitely some really cool champions up for grabs. Like, granted, a lot of them was guaranteed and fusion champions. But for players that's come in the last 12 to 18 months, having a chance to potentially get one of these is a really cool thing just for like some RNG, right? That's basically not what I wanted to speak about. I remember I watched an interview with Scratch and Cirilla, and they were speaking about maybe, is it upping the odds? I'm not sure if I just misinterpreted it. But I really hope that this isn't that form of that, because 10x events are still trash. Like, you can obviously potentially get one and get really lucky, but the odds are just terrible with the amount of champions that's in the game to get those specific ones that you're after. So hopefully they didn't just bring this in to be like, you know, sidetrack us a little bit and forget about 10x events. They still need to ramp up those odds because, like, I don't know, you guys let me know. Do you sit there and go all in on 10x events? Like, maybe for Void Champions, potentially if you're more endgame. But I usually save mine for 2x's or extra legendaries or guaranteeds or fusions. That's kind of where I save my shards for. I've never found myself kind of saving up for a 10x event. Unless you're like on a Mercy and it's somebody you really want, right? But there it is. But basically, in terms of champions, first one's going to be Graazur Irongut from the Ogrin tribes, the new enemy max HP nuker. A phenomenal champion. I had a lot of fun with him on the test server. And basically what it comes down to is Let None Pass has a chance of placing Provoke, which has some great value everywhere. But primarily maybe for locking out Head of Decay, right? Could be really good. Increased resistance and increased defense as well, alleviating those intensive stats that you need on your champions. The Healing Bombardment attacks all enemies on an enemy max HP skill. Heals himself by the damage dealt, which is astronomical. And then increases the duration of buffs in the same skill as well on a 3-turn cooldown. So when you start playing provokes and this and then the shields on the A1 and attacking all enemies of all skills, he just turns out to be a monster for the Hydra boss, right? And that's kind of the place that I would use him personally. But really cool champion, right? Really cool. Congratulations in advance to anybody that managed to get him. Maybe if you're going for the guaranteed Akemtum at 30 voids and you might proc a Lego, you might see a Graazur, right? So out of all of them, probably this one I'd want the most. Next up, I'm pretty sure many people would like this to see this one. Maybe from that Summon Pool event. It's going to be Harima from the Shadowkin faction. And Harima is annoying in the arena, right? She kind of, it instantly activates the Celestial Ore. She comes through, places provokes that cannot be resisted. She's a phenomenal champion, phenomenal nuker, and really hard to kill. So I've always wanted Harima in the back. I always say I want Lady Kimmy and Netmofar, but PvP wise, Harima is always like on my sideline. Like, I'd really like to get you, especially being from the Shadowkin faction, right? Next up's gonna be Martyr. Is it from Barbarians? Sacred Order? No, Barbarians is the Valkyrie, right? There she is. One of 3 counterattack champions in the game. Phenomenal for the Demon Lord. Great for so much content in this game, really, because she does decrease attack and a provoke on a 4-turn cooldown. She does increased defense and counterattack on a 3-turn. Very easy to speed tune. And a decreased defense on the A1, coinciding with a 33% aura for defense in all battles. So, really cool champion. Really, really good one. Gonna really change a bunch of players, clan boss teams out there. I'd love to use her. And then next up in the dwarfs, we have got Maulie Tankard. Really good Hydra champion again, but also for PvP. Comes down to the reviving, turn meter feels and block damage. Placing provokes as well, that can be up to 2 turns, which is pretty rare. And also reflect damage. And then fills the turn meters of all allies by 15% when this champion is hit. And fills the turn meters by 25% when hit by a boss. So if you think about the turn meter cycle she could put you in for the Hydra, has really good value for this game. Really good one. I believe she's part of the token trader, right? Which they need to change in this game, of course. It's just been like the same and they just forgot about it. Next up's going to be Umbral Enchantress from the Demon Spawn. I'm actually a big fan. I use her on my free-to-play. Used her on my main for a long time back in the day. Basically comes down to a provoke debuff that could be for 2 turns, but kind of places a block active skills on herself, so you can't lead into this. But she has one of the best block buffs abilities in the game, being Void Affinity. Places a block buffs for 3 turns on a 3-turn cooldown, and you could just consistently cycle this for the places that you need this, like the Hydra. So, really good A2, and then you could cycle this when you see that you're in a bad situation. So, overall, really good provoke / block buffs champion for raid. Vogoth is next on the list. A great champion for Bomb with the Dreadhorn or the PvP battles. Also, secret rooms. I use him quite a lot. Still use him. We've got AoE provokes. We've got increasing random durations of debuffs. And also the Festering Dynamo that can heal all allies by 50% of the damage received or 25% against bosses. And because against Bomb with the Dreadhorn, the Dread Bombs aren't the boss. Bomb was the boss. You actually get the 50% value, which is where pairing multiples really forms a lot of teams out there. Really cool champion. He also has a leech as well on his second passive. Next up, same as the Summoning Pool event, he is here as well. We got Toragi the Frog. A really beast of a clan boss champion. We've got Bog Blessing, placing ally protection, shields, healing himself, reflect damage, and poison heals. Really phenomenal skill here. We've got provokes for other areas in the game, if you need so. Decreased attack on the A1, and a passive that can reflect poisons back to a boss or a target, depending on the amount of times that he's hit. So, if you face Affinity Clan boss, you see more value from this, and a lot more damage overall, right? Last but not least, is going to be from the High Elves, and we've got Skeuramis. I'm a big fan. It seems like there's a lot of clan boss / Hydra boss stuff going on here. Apart from maybe... Just trying to think. Maybe Harima. But Harima, does she do really good damage in clan boss? Not tried it before. But I'm pretty sure she would do pretty well, right? Let me know if you use Harima in clan boss. I've never seen that. But basically, this champion does decreasing the duration of all enemy buffs, placing decreased attack, turn meter fills as well. We've got provokes for decay. We've got mischief tanking with the 2 extra buffs. Really, really strong champion that I recently acquired. I'd love to get a video on this guy, to be fair. If I've got any books left. I'll see, guys. I'll see. But yeah, that's basically all of the news, guys. Guaranteed Akemtum up for 30 Void Shards. A bunch of 10x's. We've got Call of the Arbiter going on today. You'll see this video about an hour after that goes live, I believe. So let me know your thoughts on that as well. Hopefully it's an amazing finale. It's been leading up to a pretty good story, right? Good luck to anybody that does summon, but just remember, we're always anticipating fusion events. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a new one in the next week or 2. And yeah, if you guys did enjoy today's video, be sure to hit that like, subscribe button. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys in a video soon. Peace.